Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only master of propaganda heroes like defender of the fatherland, offer to a 1v1 on Pachino Stalemate. First match of the new patch. Balance update, really. Nothing major. Up north here, though, we got FeriG fighting for the fatherland, Germany. Here with the 44th Reichsgrenadier Division, we got Xizi's 20 in the south, though. Fighting here freedom and democracy here with the US 1st Armoured Division. Joint Armoured. FeriG, the meanwhile, a bit more guarded with his battle group choices, though we do have Terror, Luftwaffe, and Breakthrough. Luftwaffe did receive some buffs to the Fallschirmjägers, so who knows. As always, though, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast, and a big thanks for commenting and liking on the videos. I've set a lot of algorithms, so keep safe as easy. And it's almost done the FeriG. I guess we'll have to see what happens next for the next update, since apparently that should include some actual new battle groups. You'll finally get some Gebirgsjäger or some Italian paratroopers, or, I know, Italian mountain infantry, the Alpini. Those are pretty cool too. Anyway, south side we got scouts advancing here. Xizi pushing forward. Scouts have been slightly toned down. Alongside their artillery observer chaps, as it became a bit obvious that they were awfully efficient. Rifle, I think, got some mild buffs there, mostly in terms of experience such. Grenadiers also got mild buff. Keep here as the punish, quickly pushing them back here. Xizi striking hard here at FeriG, and does fasten up north here. German troops slowly pushing forward here. Now the Grenadiers go FeriG in there, go Pioneers going here. Looks like though FeriG anticipated Xizi's move in, had the Grenadiers wait any push onto the cutoff point. But do have some scouts. Theoretically looks like they might join in. Drops going for Xizi, freedom and democracy. Same Grenadiers going was the FeriG. And there we go, more infantry ready here for the fatherland. First route squad almost done. Keep withdrawing there. Grenadiers pushing forwards.
Riflemen ready.
There we go. First route squad for Xizi. Managed to hit FeriG's munitions and come a bit and strike up north. Yeah, he's going to bypass the munitions, go straight for the fuel point here. Hurting FeriG where it hurts the most. Bring that Besming around there, of course. Because he wants food, most likely. Maybe a bit of attention too. Just like both of those things, believe it or not. Straight for the cutoff point there, FeriG, the returns. Xizi's push with a counter push, so this time on the cutoff point rather than directly onto the fuel point. Will FeriG take up fast, or what will FeriG do?
Territory out of supply. They've cut us off.
That will just keep meowing. South side, you've got the Pioneers spotting the unit squad. The quick closing on the grease guns. The Pioneers, I think, struggle to maintain the continuity of that fight. Up north here, cutoff point being more heavily fought. A rifle charge in the Pioneers do what they can. Jeep, the providing covering fire for the advance of Robin. Now the Grenadiers squad million could try up here. He had the tech, but he could panda pass, but he doesn't. Robin there, they push back. FeriG continues to put up a fight for the cutoff point. Scouts got the northern fuel there, though. More pressure around here. Well, FeriG's spectacles up north to get some of the resource points back. We'll have to see. They're getting blasted. Grenadiers who can the counter capable action rifles. And we got the other fuel from strike here. Good place the besiegers so far, focusing on FeriG's fuel, and their Grenadiers pushed off. So, compared to what FeriG's doing here, he can just quickly grab back with the scouts. But FeriG's going to spend a lot more time getting back these fuel points. So, that does pose some problems economically for FeriG against Xizi. If Xizi plays his cards correctly, he could very well exploit this versus FeriG. Now we'll have to see, of course, what FeriG does. So far, no sign of attack, just triple Pioneers, triple Grenadiers. Not a battle group either. Pretty surprised us with some of the newly mildly buffed Fallschirmjägers. This is something else that FeriG's scheming.
Sector lost.
Only time will tell. Casualty-wise, it's a bit closer between the two scouts. We need to assist the GP on the cutoff point. Breakthrough bar did receive some nerfs, both to the mechanized assault ability and the breakthrough ability itself. Both of those were toned down.
Initiating construction of the infantry support center.
Pioneers pushing southwards. Incoming fortune there for Xizi. So yeah, so shooting FeriG reasons was going to be a bit awkward. Got the Luftwaffe company with FeriG, but the 2-1 did receive some nerfs. The Wheelman was also mildly nerfed. He's caught here being shot up at the Grenadiers here. FeriG, I think, trying to play around here instead of just pushing everything into it. It's much more easily defended. He's trying to find another path of advantage against Xizi, and I think try to maneuver and catch him off guard here. I think that's a very smart move that FeriG run the tap into where the opponent is heavily dug in. We do have some units up which I think are just in part here just to keep Xizi's attention around the cut-off point, where FeriG then sets up the flank, maybe set up the shop in the building with the Grenadiers to fire down the troops here. We'll obviously Luftwaffe company, they're almost done at FeriG. Almost done. Aniesta to get focused down there, taking a bit of damage. South side though, FeriG is also making excellent progress though.
Give him an answer, boys.
We got Xizi there with a motor pool. Merged there, I think these Grenadiers will have to drop some reinforcements. Up north, fighting continues at a very, very slow, drawn-out pace. We've got a flak 30, FeriG running his men with some heavier fire support here.
We're taking fire.
Still no battle group for Mr. FeriG. And he's retreating, Grenadiers retreating there from the center.
Control of a sector.
South side, excellent progress here with FeriG and the German army, the 44th. Vice Grenadier Division. Black 30 here ready to provide some heavier firepower for the men. Move to pool right around the corner.
Contact! German infantry!
The south east captain going for the Grenadiers. Advancing in the centre. Up north, they keep getting shredded by the flak 30. Definitely not made for getting shot at by a 20mm auto cannon. Grand they're following up for Xizi.
Accelerated vehicle production.
Rapid production out there for Xizi as well, aiming to get out there grand faster. FeriG still no battle group at this point. It's not looking like Luftwaffe, though I'd love for FeriG to prove me wrong here. 2-1 following up for him. So likely out of the terror breakthrough. I feel like still breakthrough's going to probably be the most likely, but you get some surprises with a terror pick.
M8 Greyhound is deployed.
Third Cali covering the cutoff point. Boarding in advance there. Grand on the move here. Adding those armoured side skirts. Health. Armour. And here's Pachino on the flank here, trying to outmaneuver here. Xizi makes another push to the cutoff point. There's a bit of a slight pushback to the south as well here. But main effort is something towards the northern cutoff point there. Go ahead again. 30 Cal covering. Then we got the flag 30. Cancelling the 2-1 instead. Jaegers now for FeriG. Good shift there by FeriG and Svartland. No, cancels them, goes for the 2-1 again. FeriG clearly stuck in a bit of a indecisive moment. We can't quite make up his mind as to what he thinks is the most optimal choice here. Meanwhile, Xizi bringing in the Entertainment, clearly less divided in thought. So just goes for an anti-tank gun, which will definitely help against the 2-1 there. FeriG is going to go for, at least for now. North East Grenadiers catching the scouts here by the northern munitions, rendered it neutral and grabbed it again there. Good work by Xizi, and south side he's making excellent progress as well there. FeriG is going to have to try and match the pace, and we do get Jaegers as well there, so I guess it was less whether he was to go for one or other, but just which, order he want to go for them in. And we got the 2-1 thing upgraded with a Panzerblitz here for FeriG.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
And he is moving out. Far south here, Pioneers doing a bit of reconnaissance, so quickly found themselves into a lot of hot wall. Here's the Greyhound arrives. Just one they're about to be upgraded. Jaegers ready here for FeriG and Germany. Moving in with their G43s. Get their Type 40.
Victory point now under enemy control.
FeriG though continues to operate without a battle group. Got some launching back up the Rock 40. Note, I don't think they're like any actual units got like fully equipped with G43s. I mean, that was mostly sort of a weapon for like, squad leaders, second in commands and whatnot. Maybe some recon units had a higher number of them, but on average, most units like were not equipped like that. They've just been equipped with Carline TKs. Ground dashing in there. Switch one around with its Panzerbuchse. Shot there on the Greyhound.
Crates of grenades are on their way to us.
Got the grenades for Xizi. Still no battle with FeriG. Kind of comfortable, but continues to be his motto, it would appear. Up north, Grenadiers slowly poking forwards. Flag 30 Pioneers advancing the northern cutoff point. South side being seized here by democracy. The Xizi advances steadily and democratically.
Grenades are making their way to frontline forces.
Looks like that 30 cal's about to get flanked here. Good push by FeriG. And yeah, no big surprise. And then we do get breakthrough. Durchbruch, and he does go for the mechanized assault group, which got nerfed. Now costs 600 man-pound 30 fuel. On the discount from 20 and 20 fuel.
Overrun.
Scouts gradually putting forward. I guess we're looking at some the Panzer de Truppe in a few moments here. He's getting blasted.
Connect with it.
Further south, we got Scouts, Captain, and he's looking about there.
We have a surplus of command points. M8 howitzer
There we
carriages
go.
are available,
Can
Commander.
called in. We also got the Scots in for Xizi, and the Scot actually got
Scott has
buffed.
arrived.
Of note there. Just a bit, I believe. No mechanized assault group, the FeriG though. Captain here holding the line as the Scouts withdraw, sacrificing himself. Just kind of getting ignored there. Up north fighting for the cutoff point there continues. FeriG just splitting resources. Did he really want to go for that mechanized assault group? Or did something change here? FeriG amidst the haze of war.
Stay close. Watch the stragglers.
Actually lining up the couple of Greyhound there against the Panzerbuchse armor.
Captain
Khan
and
knocked
his
it
red
out.
reported killed in action.
FeriG just throwing the resources, still not going for it. Starting to look like he might have changed his mind then. Yep, going straight for the Panzer Company. We're just going to, I guess, train this last one,
A
so...
fuel point is being seized
I
by
guess
the
he's
enemy.
like, you know, well, might as well.
We're locked and loaded.
Replacement captain there for Xizi. Go and
M8
Scott moving
fuel
forwards.
and awaiting assignment.
Panzer Company halfway done.
Commander, we're losing territory.
There's getting blasted there with the Scott.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Comes the Pioneers.
Captain and retinue.
What do you need?
M8 howitzer carriage. Scott.
Another Scott out there
the
for
victory
Xizi.
point has fallen into enemy control.
Really applying that pressure there to FeriG. Got his Panzer Company ready, could then go for Starstorm. End up setting up for a Panzer 4, but we could go for the Starstorm before he hits that one. Meanwhile, Americans are there hammering the Grenadiers around the centre here, holding Pachino proper a bit difficult for him. We do get some Starstorm, thumbs up. They also nerf the Starstorm with Star Assault ability. Doesn't quite provide them as much protection while they're utilising it. You have to be a bit more cautious about how you use it.
Stay low,
By the way, Scott's starting up for the Grenadiers, the Pioneers here. Right here, of course, I do see that FeriG's going to have a bit of a difficulty because, well, I mean, he's got no entertainment to stop the Scots. I mean, he could try and hold up for the Panda 4, but with resources as they are right now, FeriG, that's definitely going to be a bit of a tougher ball there. Either way, Starstorm out there with G33s and the MG42.
M8's got fueled and awaiting assignment.
They're making their move.
Check the line.
Scots
Capture
blasting
point
it,
under
running
attack.
any coverage against guns covering the centre. Smart play there for Xizi. Thumbs up. That was tactically, I think, very, very sound. Will FeriG go for the Patrick and the Jaegers, or does FeriG have other plans in mind, just, you know, trying to survive until he gets out of Panzer 4?
Sector gone.
And there we go,
must take
Panzer
it
track.
back.
Starstorm setting out here. Meanwhile, the Scots coming the pressure on the cut-off on here. Going to do spot the taking out it from the 75mm cannon. And we got Xizi there going for the BARs as well. The Browning automatic rifle. Note, Scots were actually initially part of US tank battalions where they provided some artillery support for the tanks, but with the introduction of the 105mm Sherman based on taking control there, they would actually move towards the reconnaissance tanks providing those for close range artillery. So, little fun fact there. Go Patrick's one great hit. He doesn't have mission of the Panda Post.
Victory point is under attack. We must act.
Close there. White Fox, they're trying to snuff out the Jaegers, but falls very much short. That said, the Granny's having to retreat through it. I'm probably going to have an absolutely horrific time of it. Couldn't we like just run around it? Nine, we must run in a straight line. That is protocol in these situations.
Ready for deployment, sir.
Oh, I'm not entirely sure really. It only makes sense for the, you know, to help the guys who shoot at us when you think about it.
Commander, we should spend our munitions.
Take it, boys. Enemy CP inside.
FeriG though can soon go for that Panther following he's feeling the pressure here out of his opponent. Meanwhile, Xizi's just squeezing here at FeriG like a lemon.
Leave him.
He's doing it very slowly.
Down. Keep fighting. Stick close. Watch the stragglers.
Using a very, very impractical juicing implement. Anyway, start some Grannies moving forwards.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
There you go. Scots in the move again. Here, FeriG, they're very close to the Panther 4. Can call it in now. Definitely, I think, should call in the Panther 4 here. There you go. Panzer combining field weight to support the 44th Reichsgrenadier Division, which is definitely not having any tanks part of it organically at most. Could maybe get some Stugs. I mean, that would have been a bit of a while into the war.
Enemy has 300 points
Oh,
remaining.
wait, no, they're saying if the Xizi opposite anticipating a Panther 4 by now, he's seen the Star Storm, so he knows his opponent's gone for the Panzer Company.
We must act.
Second international running Panther 4 has arrived here for FeriG and does far too long. Running the cruise arm spot there, goes Scott, quick get knocked out here. Combination of Panther Flag and attack. Fine, there go, one Scott lit up here. Xizi for some reason taking a very odd route there, so just directly out of here. And kind of close up as much as possible here. Second Scott in trouble there. Xizi's, it could also be the pathing admittedly, like, pathing on Pachino Stalemate has always had this weird issue. To explain, but for some reason the pathing will continue trying to like just route everything through the center. Like it used to be a lot worse, but I still feel like it happens from time to time, just like, you know, order something through, and for whatever reason, like it's like the map is cursed, but somehow it always has to try and move things through the center. It's like, even like, you know, this is going to be like a much safer path, for whatever reasons it will insist on routing things through the center. I think that actually might happen here because these scouts sure, this would make a lot more sense, but again, because of this oddity in the pathing on this map, it just pushed them through the center. They still haven't fixed it, which wouldn't surprise them. I mean, that definitely just highlights, like, you know, just how awful it could be. It certainly would explain that otherwise, you know, that moved it out of easy. Greyhound down.
Greyhound has been destroyed.
Get the pen right there as fast as possible. Looks like he nearly saves it there. Very good play there. Lucky playing for the SA more than anything. It's easy, of course, here looking at the route that Panther 4 does take up. Was the painful loss of the double Scots. Still, he's got great map control. He's still making great use of the Scots to push the map control here, and FeriG is still trying to push back.
Recovery vehicles ready to take to the
Let's see what FeriG does here, and
resources cut off.
recovery tank out here for Xizi. Cancel the tank there, actually. Interesting choice here. Guess he wants to go for calling ECH then, but he's going to try and recover the Scott here in the Greyhound. Well, it certainly is a sort of like nice intermediate solution, plus it takes out the Panther and then recover it, so see the logic there. There you go, rushing forwards, and then he makes himself to the Scott. Actually, no, he does recover his salvages. Smart there by Xizi. And he's saying here's here, no time to recover, just more resources, and then he can just go for the tank again anyways.
Victory point now under enemy
And having more resources then for the tank to fall after. That's actually kind of smart there for Xizi. That of course means when he does finally get some tanks out, he can then repair them faster, and of course salvage his opponent's knockdown tanks, you know. Really handy tools in the hands of the right player, that's for sure. FeriG bad taking for Panzer Grenadier companies. I imagine it's going to be for the Panzer Pack 40s. We could go for Panzer Grenadiers, but he's got the Starstorm, it seems a bit odd.
Lost our frontline engineers.
Engineers taken out there. FeriG definitely starting to make better progress here in terms of map control, but he's definitely got some work to do there. Standing behind his opponent.
Territory lost.
Got the Intense hunting back up here. Transforming and supported by the mighty Jaegers.
We must act.
North here, Pioneers, Grenadiers, grabbing the northern points as we see FeriG and the 44th swinging south to deal with the US Armoured 1st Division's Vanguard.
Victory point is under enemy control now. Here we come, Jerry.
And 31 in forward space off the M3 lead. Tank Xizi. Getting blasted. Bomb's knocked out there back. 127 to 125. Got a pack holiday for FeriG as expected and anticipated. The Xizi slowly moves towards his Sherman Easy-8, his precious Brad Pitt.
We've completed your orders.
All right, you made your point.
That's our number, boys.
Not entirely sure what's keeping it here. Is it because he can act as a scout or something now with that?
Munitions point. Defend our victory
Seems a bit
point.
odd
We're
to have
losing
it all this close to the front line. I don't know. Definitely first to see it used like that.
They have taken our
Second pack
victory
for
point.
FeriG. I mean, he knows up against armor, so he's clearly going to prepare himself for the incoming tide of Sherman EC-8s.
Finally, a little firepower.
The sector's been overrun. It's theirs now.
Jaegers moving in.
Yeah, I've seen 'em. Crazy tool guys and mohawks.
A Sherman Easy-8 has arrived. Give him hell.
First Sherman EC-8 is ready here. 50 cal being added. Pressure is about to pile up here against FeriG once more. Of course, this time backed up by double pack 40s.
Commander.
And the
we've
Panther
lost the
Dragon
sector.
Panda 40 should be somewhat ready. So it's got that map control now here. Team on south side, there's report back to the Stalemate, got brakes activated.
We've lost control of the sector.
Starting with the EC-18 getting Grenadiers and taking transforming into position as well here. Panda 4, you can see with the cannon infantry getting absolutely mortars trying to put any Grenadiers caught routed in the Stalemate to hold the line. Everything's going to withdraw the Stalemate here, and there you go. FeriG makes the call before the Stalemate not token. 359, 56 and 225 here. FeriG's got good map control going here. DC needs to pick up the pace here. Need to deliver some hard-hitting strikes here. Surprised enough he's only got 2 rival squads and he could benefit from more infantry against FeriG. I'd definitely say 2 squads of infantry is too little. Rule of thumb from my perspective is always 3 squads of infantry is the bare minimum. 4's a good number. 5 is definitely like, you know, on the healthy side, want to play aggressively anyways. And 6, like, if you can handle 6, go for it. It may not be for everyone. So definitely, I think in that sense, going by that rule of thumb, 2 is too little here for Xizi. It's making it much harder for FeriG again with 5 squads of infantry. Seems to run around corners with Xizi now in terms of map control. Particularly once that Greyhound got out of the way, plus the Scots, because those are really the tools that allowed Xizi then to operate in such a small contingent of infantry. Was he had a lot of good support for it, but once that good support melted away, I mean, suddenly the opponent with actual large amount of infantry can push for much better map control. Interesting enough, Xizi actually goes for another Scot. I would have figured he'd save up for another Sherman Easy-8 here, but I guess he's against it. Another Panther 4 for FeriG and Das Vaterland.
M8 Scott fueled and awaiting assignment.
Likely setting up there for a Tiger though. Could also go for the command tank, truth be told. I mean, a couple of Panther 4s back up to the command tank. It's actually, I think, fairly formidable force as well. A bunch of Stooks back up.
Territory
That's
lost.
pretty good too. But for now at least, we're not seeing that really here out of FeriG. Black Fed running excellent cover firing around the centre here, holding back Caesar's infantry. Up north here, the advance of FeriG continues. Larger infantry force backed up by Panda Force, seizing the cutoff point, and there you go. White Cross is hitting the Pioneers, the Pack 40, messing up things. He's hitting up here. Good White Cross is right there for Xizi, but lacks more of a follow-up push to like really make the most of it.
Point is being seized by the enemy.
More White Phosphorus there. Easy running around. Scouts moving in. Captain, Rifleman, all on the move here. Recovery tank at Retty 2. 3 versus 225.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Stars million back up to the Grenadiers.
Hey! He spotted us!
Grenadiers getting blasted here. The south machine up maneuver, got plenty sneaking in there. Good play there by FeriG, opening up for another triple cap here against Xizi.
Reports of enemy movement near
Only
a
of
victory
course
point.
threatening to further make problems for the Americans. So again, Xizi in that position where he really needs to consider more infantry and always consider more
The
pressure on
victory
his
point has fallen
opponents.
into enemy control.
Like trying to outmaneuver. He needs to like surprise FeriG here, I think.
Rifles are taking fire! Jump to it, boys! Take it personally!
There we go, direct head up assault here. Not the most surprising move here, and in fact, FeriG comes ready to get some white frost against the again.
Points are under enemy control.
It's off here, Pentaforce bombarding here the American infantry, and sees the sort of very much falls to the ground here, straight flat on its face. Darts easy as the move here, they got 264 to 225.
Taking round! Enemy CP in sight! Right, taking
Never been blasted, routed,
Territory sector claimed. God
and
damn
wiped.
it. The captain's been killed.
Machine gun there getting hammered with the 2 Pentaforce Grenadiers moving in up north here, got a build up here for Xizi, but
Enemy
seemingly
activity
going
near a
nowhere,
munitions
honestly.
point.
We can soon go for another ECE, which definitely could cause some problems that very easy just goes out for the Tiger.
The enemy is stealing our munitions point.
But Xizi's definitely
Back. We're down to 250.
falling a bit off there. Captain on the way there. Closing on that EC8, and there you go. Second EC8 on the way for Xizi and Freedom and Democracy. But the German army continues to accept strong map control. He is slowly squeezing the lot out of Xizi. Double into this time with the Pentaforce. Jäger's routed.
That's more like it. Sherman Easy 8 reporting in.
There you go. Second EC8 ready here for Xizi. Shots on low for FeriG. 2 thumbs up. Upgrade there. Waiting for Northern to point with the Starstorm, but they're on their own, isolated. With only limited support, but still they do have something to cover with drone. It's not all bad.
They've captured a victory point.
And this Pentaforce calls to join in the fighting between the armored side. Goes here, there you go. Shots on ready. Bring in. Starstorm round here. We got 228, there's 225 here. Clock to take here. Starstorm in run down.
Germans are
Then
winning.
these extra treat don't think much faster than they should have. I think that's a bit of a quick, maybe, who knows. Packs and pants they're holding up against the environment advantage of Xizi. Ensuring that Xizi does not overrun the entire north too quickly at least. White Frost was again against the Pack 40. Absolutely inflicting horrible chemical burns on the Pack crew. The obstacles here for the puns, but only coming out of FeriG to boost his pack. Thumbs up.
They're staying high, boys!
Go back in the Pentaforce moving in.
Rifle losing integrity!
Far down to inflict upon the American coat of the German army. Got an ace level recovery tank here for Xizi. Jäger's wiped. Panzerstreak drop ready. Trying to pick up the Panzerstreak. There we go. They do succeed. They could get wiped as well there. Ram squad wiped though. Dropping a BAR paintball. The EC's still in here. The Pioneers getting hammered. Pack potential moves assist, but they aren't. EC's pushing the Panda 4s. Scouts got the BAR. Another Ram squad is fighting for Xizi. I feel like Soon Grace being hammered here by Scots and Shermans. Heavy losses being inflicted. The American forces are bleeding out. Ram squad almost ready here. Panda 4 swinging southwards. Grenadiers wiped, stinging a blow to the German army. Scouts on top of the Starstorm and Grenadiers packs being brought in here. Xizi just having effectively forgotten the south here as FeriG gobbles up, and there you go. Tiger tank selected. He's a bit away though in terms of both fuel and manpower. So while it certainly is something to keep in mind, I mean it's not exactly the big threat right now I think Xizi needs to worry about. The Scott now, and can quickly salvage of course here. Except no, the managed to blow up inside the Sherman, so as soon as the Sherman moved, it ruined the wreck. Go figure. 180 was 225 here. FeriG sounds to need more and more here of Xizi, as Xizi just continues to struggle like make an impact to break out here of the armored steel stranglehold of FeriG and Das Vaterland.
Is ready.
Captain sent us the flak 30 here, bet you 2. Need to get that captain out of the club from tombed within the church here. I don't think the machine right into that is how they're going to be great. He also got a lot of missiles playing by for Xizi, realizing he hasn't left on any mines. I think that's a big mistake. Particularly with those points they attack more than that. I feel like they'll probably benefit a lot from a lot of mines. So definitely a bit of an outside here on there. Can you see just the penfold popping all of them now? Their abilities here either for increased penetration damage or increased fire. And for the game having run knock out easy, there you go. Pure rate of fire there prevails. East level penfold as well there. Got the penfold roll, a bit of penetration. Easy number 2 down. Massive blow here to Xizi. Both Xizi are very much just combusted. And that Xizi concedes a victory for Germany, for Deutschland. Brutal matches. Xizi, I think, definitely led for a good part, but I think the lack of infantry equipment to the Scots sort of allowed FeriG, I think, a chance to get back into the match. And then I think tactically Xizi just struggles to, adapt his own maneuver patterns on the map, which FeriG was then able to brutally exploit. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. This is Imperial Instinct. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.